How's it going? We're on the air. We are back for the first time since December. It's the Mad Hatter Show's podcast. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Some of you are doing that intentionally. Some of you possibly not intentionally. So let's talk a little bit about who we are. This is running on several pages, including the Mad Hatter Shows page, the Mad Hatter Podcast page, that Sports Bar and Francis Amount. Thank you guys for doing that. Some of the venues we do shows at, also Jokes and Jams Radio. So Mad Hatter Shows, what we do is we put on eclectic events, primarily stand-up comedy, sometimes music, sometimes pro wrestling. And it used to be only in the Midwest, but 2021's looking like a national year. So we've actually got shows right now booked as far as Texas and Florida, that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun. We've turned into a big company here. My co-host tonight is Danielle Hoffman. So welcome her, a fresh face in the co-host seat. You can call this season 2 because we've changed our staff, and I guess Jamie D died in a fiery crash. We didn't really come up with a backstory for that. So,
no, I hope I don't die in a fiery crash.
Yeah. Who knows what your fate's going to be, but that's kind of where we're at. So the last show we did here was in December. This is kind of an infomercial for our shows. We bring up things that are advertising, obviously, but we like to dig deep into the folks that we've actually got booked and do some interviews and get some candid commentary from the folks that we've had on our shows. Tonight you can see Heywood Banks is going to be our person here, so that's a pretty exciting thing when we can get all that going, but we haven't been doing shows for a little bit, so that was why we had the hiatus. Things are picking back up. You can go to madhattershows.com and see everything that's coming up. We're going to go back in time a little bit, though, to New Year's Eve. We got a still shot, I think, from the last show that we advertised. Look at that, Governor Lee. That was a fun time in Lebanon, Tennessee. We had a lot of fun. Donnie Baker and the Pork Pistols was the headliner there, bringing in the new year. We also had DJ versus drums, which was Kid and Cliffy D from Upchurch's band, and that was a lot of fun. That was taken from my cell phone in the back of the room, and it was very scandalous when I took it. So that was a lot of fun. And then the other show that we've done in the meantime was a comedy show. There's me with about 2/3 of our crowd at a new little lodge in Oak Grove, and those guys rolled out the red carpet for us. That was a lot of fun.
Photo.
Yeah, Amber Clear taught me that. Shout out to her out in St. Louis area. She does like the half stuff, like the Wilson from Home Improvement. Is that his name? Like where you don't put your whole face in the thing, but you let them know it's you. That kind of thing. But they were excited. It was a really unique little town. John Payne, the guy from Mad Hatter Shows, finds some little hot spots. Like basically, like he's just amazing at finding spots where not everybody comes through. They said that was the biggest crowd they've ever had in there.
It looks like a good time. I wish I was there.
Fantastic. The dude in the front row had the greatest USA boots. I'll tell you what, I'll invite you to the next time we go to Oak Grove, Kentucky. But they rolled out the red carpet. A lot of fun there, and I don't know, somewhere around 200 people there to see Donnie Baker in the outside of Fort Campbell. So these are the kind of things that you can see that are happening with our events. We've got a calendar with some stuff coming right up, so we'll let Danielle tell you a little bit about one of them that's coming up, and we've actually got some clips.
Before we go to Danielle, Brittany Snyder from Facebook wants to know where you got your shirt because she loves it.
Holy cow, I've already 4 minutes in, and my kids already crashed the show. But yeah, that's my daughter is a big fan of the T-shirts that I've worn on the first few events, and she purchased the Tiger King thing for me. So thank you, Brittany, for that. I did wear it as promised. And
it's a pretty awesome shirt.
Yeah. You can keep watching, and I'm glad my kids don't always watch me, like they're cool
it's probably
now.
Embarrassing.
So this is
you're not that cool, Dad.
I used to make them go, like I'd be doing shows in a bowling alley or a Chinese restaurant. I'd be like, it's my weekend, you're gonna watch my shit, and she'd be like, oh, and I'm doing like my hard R set and stuff, and she's in there like talking about my dick, and my 10-year-old daughter's like watching. She's like, oh no, I don't want to. So now we're at a stage where my kids are adults, and
now you can talk about it, and it's okay?
I've gotten better, and I can tell them which shows to watch and which ones not, and I can be shielded from stuff. But being my kid's not easy. So I'm glad my daughter is watching this from a Christian college dorm room right now, and we'll have
Coolest
some fun.
Dad ever.
Yeah. So see, you see how we do this? Like I was acting like, here's the script, and we've already deviated from it. So welcome to Mad Hatter Podcast. But here's a clip of an upcoming show we have coming in June.
And that is which one?
That would be Michael Winslow, Jason.
What's up, Seal? Love your records. I do like drinking Guinness, you know. I got a lot of friends from.
Michael Winslow from Police Academy will be in Indianapolis June 11th at Irving Theater and Louisville at Diamond Pub and Concert Hall for June 12th. Come see this stand-up set full of amazing sound effects. Tickets at madhattershows.com.
Look at that. You always remember your first promo. Very nice.
It was awful. I'm so sorry.
Stop it. You're blowing this audition. Holy
sorry,
cow.
Shit.
All right, and June 10th, right before that weekend, we've got Titus. Let's hear him.
Nothing bothers me anymore. Nothing bugs me. Once you've driven a drunk father to mom's parole hearing, what else is there? Bring it on!
Christopher Titus is coming to the Hobart Theater, or Hobart if you're local, June the 10th. That's going to be a fun time. Tickets at madhattershows.com. Here's another one. This is Chris Kattan on the road, hitting 5 cities in 5 nights. Chris Kattan, you've seen him on SNL, you've seen him on Corky Romano, you've seen him on A Night at the Roxbury. Now you're going to see him in towns like Franklin, Indiana, and Terre Haute, and Hobart again, Lafayette, and Richmond. Those are the 5 cities, so he's probably going to be singing Taylor Swift all the way there.
Oh, anime.
My husband, last week for my birthday, he bought me the Penny of the Month Club from Fredericks of Hollywood. Y'all know what Fredericks of Hollywood is? Yeah, Ma, you know what it is? Yeah, it's a nasty penny store is what it is. It's kind of like Victoria's Secret without the secret. That's what it is.
Anime has been delighting audiences since her days at the world-famous Comedy Store. You may have seen her at theaters and comedy clubs or on the Oprah Winfrey Show on CMT, part of Southern Fried Chicks. Edame makes her Mad Hatter Show's debut May 15th at the Irving Theater in Indianapolis. Tickets at madhattershows.com.
All right. Got 2 of those down, Danielle.
I can read.
The Oprah Winfrey Show. That would be probably the only way to drag me to an opera would be to something spoofing Oprah Winfrey. So
you get a ticket. Everybody gets a ticket, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Wanted to bring up another thing that you've got going on that is going to be on May 21st. We've been kind of jumping around the calendar here, but tell me what's going on in Lebanon, Indiana on May the 21st.
Jaeger Bomb Prom. I'm so excited. I'm throwing an adult prom. Tickets are going to be $6 a person, $10 a couple. Dress to impress. We're going to have a red carpet. We're actually doing prom photos, and we're going to have a photo booth, a DJ, king and queen, the whole shebang. It's going to be a great time.
Awesome. So an adult prom, does that just mean you have to be 21, or is there like a toy party or something too? Like this
it could turn into that. You never know.
All right. And you'll notice how well her promo is for her own bar versus the madhattershows.com.
Because I didn't have to read it. I can't
She's
read.
passionate about the prom, so awesome. All right. And there's one other weekend we definitely want to bring up. Another clip here we've got to share.
It was an Illinois farm belt small town, loud middle school cafeteria, and fish-shaped fish sticks called Fun Fish were on the menu that day. A substitute teacher talking to a table of boys said, "What's record eating these things?" And to that cafeteria noise, without hesitation, they all said, 44. 44 fun fish. 44 fun fish. Flash froze deep fried, 1,000 miles of oceanside, stamped out, salted, shredded, reheated, greasy, trucked and breaded fun fish.
Look at that, Heywood Banks with the wordplay and the alliteration with 44 fun fish. So this should be a lot of fun. If you want to hear that full song, you can find it on Mad Hatter Show's Facebook page. And if you're somehow watching this on another page and you're not already following Mad Hatter Shows, please do. Find us on Instagram, find us on Twitter, find us on Facebook. That's all we're on so far, but we're gonna try to get on some
What
other
else
stuff.
is there? Tinder?
You know, Trump's coming out with a new one. I never got us on Parler, and now it's dead. But you know, like
I don't
there's
even know what that is.
there's other ways. You know what the prom is, though. You know what the Jaeger bomb prom is.
course.
That's all. Just care about yourself. That's fine. So April 2nd, April 3rd, that is the weekend that Heywood Banks is going to be doing shows with us. MadhatterShows.com. Right now, if you want to get the tickets for Cincinnati on April the 2nd, there are 9:30 p.m. tickets available. The 6:30 show is sold out. I believe Plainfield's show is sold out, or maybe Cincinnati's not sold out, but Plainfield is. It's one of those that, like, okay, here's the thing: 6:30 is going to sell out in a hurry either way. So go to MadhatterShows.com if you want to go to the early show. Check that out. I think right now Plainfield's showing sold out, and Cincinnati's not. But it's like almost there. Like spoiler alert, it's sold out like in 2 days. So that's what's going on. But we added a second show at 9:30. That way we can have COVID restrictions and keep the show open, but also have everyone who wants to come to the show get out there. So Cincinnati on April the 2nd. Plainfield, Indiana, right outside Indianapolis on the west side on April the 3rd. So there's still other shows on the website too. Like we got like 20 shows right now with Donnie Baker on there, all across the country, all throughout the year. There's a show with Pauly Shore on there. So honestly, get on the website, MadhatterShows.com, get yourself some tickets, and that's what we're here for, is to hawk some tickets. But we're going to create some content right now. We got Heywood calling in 20 minutes, and we're not ready for him quite yet. So we want to bring on somebody who's actually going to be the MC in Cincinnati on both the 6:30 and the 9:30 show. I've known this guy for a handful of years, and now he's going to be working the Mad Hatter Cincinnati circuit, if that's a thing. We do several shows there a year, and he's going to be a fixture. So, ladies and gentlemen at home, Jason Goodall. I'm assuming there's applause right now, Jason. I don't know.
I would hope so.
Yay!
My last name is famous, and that's about it.
So I feel like I'm
Put the
sitting next to a
headset
famous
on, Jason.
person.
This
Yeah.
is. I
Yes,
know
sir.
it's been a time off, but this is amateur hour over here. Like we. All right, you guys. This is both. This is both your first time. This is.
It's our first time together. How it's nice.
Nice. It's very nice. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
This
you.
is cool.
Yeah. Did I pronounce your name right? First
No,
time?
no, not at all. It's just Goodall. It's just straight good plus all equals
Not
Goodall.
Goodall or Goodall. It's
It's
good,
just Goodall. Just like
Goodall.
Jane Goodall in the family tree somewhere.
Okay.
A little piece of family history. The west side in Wales, where our clan is from, they're all farmers, and the east side are the bar owners. I can drink one shot of Jaeger and I'm done. So I think my side is from the farming side.
So that's not a good bar owner.
No.
You probably shouldn't come to her prom because I can guarantee the punch is spiked. That's
all I'm
Guaranteed.
saying is there going to be a thing of keys later on. I mean, that's all.
Bowl of keys. Bowl of keys, right?
Yeah.
you're getting this confused with a swinger party. I think that's.
Oh, okay.
I'm at the wrong interview, I think.
Yeah, it may be different bowls, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This is, holy shit.
Well,
this is.
feel the love.
Going wrong.
Or lust. I don't know. So.
This looked good on paper, didn't it, Danielle? Like it
It
looked
did,
good
like-
on paper before.
We could just throw this away.
Yeah. But no. So, well, I'm excited to, host. It's going to be a
Mad Hatter Show's debut. This is what every
Yes.
comedian dreams of. This is big time shit.
I'm glad to be part of the dream because I'm living it every day. It's good.
Have you been on stage in 2021?
Just for open mics, basically. That's just a practice. That's about it. When they were able to be opened up. So yes.
So you're actually like your first show is going to be with us in 2021.
Yes. So
You're starting out right. That's good.
I am, and I'm excited to be part of it. It's going to be fun. Because it's comedy, right? It's not supposed to be drudgery. It's supposed to be comedy.
It's supposed to be, yeah. And actually, just so you guys know, I'm on that show too. So this is, if you get a few minutes late, it's going to be fine because it's us up front. But that's
yeah.
No, we're gonna bring it in well. Like that's when we're on, we are on.
Oh
That's
yeah.
it.
I can't wait to scream toast. That's all I'm saying. It's going to be exciting for me.
I got to talk to you about jacking the headliners bits. Then that's not.
Oh well, I mean, while he's singing it, I want to.
Oh, you're going to be his hype man, his Flavor Flav. That's,
Yes. Yeah. Well. Yeah. But I have better teeth because I have a dental plan.
Yeah. This the thing about Mad Hatter shows is unlike the open mic scene, like we book guys with good credit a lot of times. Like this is the thing. Like you've got some money. I think you've got some brains and you've got some professionalism.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, in the daytime, I'm a personal financial planner. I've got, a set of initials 5 miles long, and people give me all their money, and I always tell them that I'm a high school English graduate dropout teacher. But thanks for all your money. So, I used to teach Catholic high school and then public high school at night. The kids had a choice of 2020 Vine Street, which is jail in Cincinnati Juvie, or my poetry classroom. Let me tell you, So
Wow.
it was
Sounds
fun.
like a movie.
Yeah, but
It's like the direct-to-video sequel to Dead Poet Society.
Yeah,
like
pretty much. Yeah. So there's nothing like your students taking the lug nuts off your car and letting you drive away to show they love you.
That did not happen.
It did. It really did. They took one of them off, and my little eagle went to the side of the road, and they were like, "We love you, Mr. Gooder." I'm like, "Well, can you put my tire back on my car?"
We need to talk a little bit because I am all about the teen dramedy, the coming of age series. I'm in season 3 right now of Heartbreak High, and I feel like we could write our own thing based on your scenario that you just came up with. Like we could have our own series. You look at me like you don't believe me.
I have no idea. I don't even know
I
what
just
you're talking
watched
about.
all of Dawson's Creek. I have seen all the Degrassi's. I've seen Northwood, Edgemont, all that. But it sounds
you
like
just watched
you're a
all that?
wonderful. You have a deep heart, Neil. I never knew this soft side
I
of you.
probably have like a chaotic and possibly traumatic teen years, in which case like why I have to always go back and relive all that stuff at age 40. But like none of these had.
You're only 40. You look older, Neil.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, damn.
Fuck off. But
Right next to each other.
Comedians, hello.
yeah, like when we did the Oak Grove show, like I don't know why, but like so John, the guy that books all the shows, he has this thing where even if he's been awake since 4 a.m. that day, which he had been at that point, he can't leave a show before like 2 hours are over. You know what I mean? Like after the show, like he's just like I'm gonna write this
He doesn't
check
wanna
for the
miss
rental, but
anything.
I want to meet everyone that's still here. So like I'm sitting in the corner, like just trying to fight for this gym because Pokemon, it was like a lot of stuff was going on there. Like honestly, like I took the gym and then I had to fight for it back, and I'm like, where are you people? Are you spoofing? Like where are you? Like, using because they weren't outside and I was there trying to fight. But anyway, I'm in the corner and this guy comes over and he's like, my buddy and I are trying to guess your age. And I'm 42, and he's like, one guy, he said 54, but I said, no, you're probably just 48. And that was,
That's
I'm
screwed up.
sorry, Neil.
and that's without the long beard. I'm losing weight. Like I'm trying to do some things, but
I
I
think if
just.
you shave the gray off your face, you would look 40.
Yeah.
But then
you might look a
I'm-
little older because of the gray and the little thin on top.
What
I'm
was
not
it?
a handsome man though, so the little bit of fur helps.
Well, if you shaved your
I'm no
beard,
Jason Goodall.
No, not at all. No, nobody wants to be me. But no, in fact, I think if you shaved your beard like smooth, you would kind of look like that guy from Full Metal Jacket.
Vincent D'Onofrio, or no? Isn't it? What's his?
Yeah.
You talking about the guy that like he ended up being on Law and Order later?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, you kind of have that look to you.
I used to when I would get skinny, like I looked like Moby back in the day when I was skinny, but like now I look like Uncle Fester, like from the old series.
So here's
Not
the
even
thing.
Christopher Lloyd, but
You
like the
can't get
old
too
series.
skinny.
Yeah.
Have you seen Drew Carey? Not funny because he's skinny. and
He's not funny.
He's got to gain some weight back. Like he's not funny anymore. Don't get too skinny.
Well,
You
but
lose your funny.
You lose your. Is that how that works? Because I
Yes.
used to be
You lose
310
weight, you lose
pounds.
your funny.
I mean, gosh, Neil, you met me. I was 310. Now I'm this gorgeous 215 of middle-aged deliciousness, and I'm not
Right.
funny anymore.
We could cage fight though, and we would be within the same weight class, so that could
wow.
happen.
We'll see the
Like your extra skin would be flapping
mean-
against me, and I'd be like putting fur on you. It'd be
I
a
would
really
pay to see that.
be a really weird like gay fetish film. Like it'd just be softcore, obviously. But
I do not want to be part of the Polar Bear Club, but thank you.
But anyway, none of the shows I mentioned that I'm into have a night school thing.
No.
But it almost sounds kind of like Heartbreak High because it's a little bit more of the urban stuff going on.
Yeah.
So anyway, you just brought that up. Is that part of your act? Like I haven't seen you do anything for a few years. What inspires you in your comedy?
Right now, it's all related to. I've been with my wife for over 20 years, so we talk a lot about the relationships and how things change, and I do talk a little bit about my Catholic high school days when I was a teacher, and when nuns were still cool.
Nuns are still cool. Sister Jean is cool, and
Yeah.
if you don't think that, I'm going to fight you.
No, I think every young adult should go to school with nuns who wear the actual habit, so they understand the concept of discipline and fear, and so they don't want to go back. That's important. but now it's really all about trying to build more of a corporate comedy brand. I've got this year during all this pandemic stuff, when none of us were really doing any work. Myself, Jay Armstrong, Chris Seamer, Glenn Childress, Phil Pointer, and Mike Wells, we started a company called The Insultants. And what we do is, since we're all
that's insultants, everybody.
Clever. That's really clever.
Yeah. So since we're all personal consultants in the daytime, and then comedians at night, consultant plus comedian equals insultant. And so the main goal is to be an edutainment company where we're actually teaching something valuable with a laugh. The tag is personal and professional punchlines.
More alliteration.
Yeah, personal and professional development through punchlines. Sorry, and at the end of the day, let's say we had you on, Neil or John or Danielle. Like, hey, what are the 5 problems you see in your industry and that you solve? So we long.
No, let's do it. Let's. We got a few minutes before he calls in. Let's do that now.
Okay.
Danielle's your client.
All right. So,
oh boy, here we go.
So Danielle, you run a bar, correct?
Yes.
So what are the 5 things you see in your industry that really tick you off because they're done poorly and that you as a bar owner know how to solve? And we can pick just one.
I have no idea. It's really the employment thing, I think, right now.
The employment thing? Tell me more.
People apply. They come in for the interview.
Mm-hmm.
They fill out all the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
And then they don't show up for the first day. Or they show up for one day.
Huh.
And then they leave.
So do you think it's because they have to file to continue the unemployment from Uncle Sugar, or?
I definitely think it's the whole unemployment thing. Because I'm really cool to work for. I'm awesome. I'm super fun.
Well, I mean,
And
I would fathom that.
and-
Yeah. Oh, a bar with benefits. Get out.
Swear.
Wow.
Dental, vision, paid vacation.
Wow. What are your drinks? $8 a drink?
15. No, just kidding.
Well, like a good hourly rate, 15.
Yeah.
And what most
That
people
sports bar in Lebanon, Indiana, 46052.
They're not $15 drinks, I promise.
No.
I'm
But
Jewish, but I'm not that Jewish.
wow, I follow a Jewish carpenter, so at least it's good. And
This is the weirdest set. Like, this is like we're going between wholesome and like irreverent, like just like it's seamless.
well,
And
isn't
I'm
that the
sorry.
best
we're
part
pretending like it's normal. This is
Yeah,
strange.
but
This-
I mean that's what comedians do, right? You're
it's like a
comedian?
Heywood Banks show, honestly. Like he's got he goes he could be irreverent, and he can also then you're just like, oh, I can make my 8-year-old listen to this song, like that kind of thing.
Well,
So.
all I can say is my whole goal right now with all of our guys, aside from getting corporate work, is to write clean work, because my goal is to try to win the Clean Comedy Challenge this year, and for the main purpose, if I want to, because usually when you win, hi Leslie Townsend, if you're watching this, you actually get to go on Huckabee, and what I want to do is I want to go on Huckabee and I want to say, Governor, when's the last time you actually sat in the governor's seat, and can I, with my former jobs, keep new title or my old titles, like, Friar Later Goodall or Bathroom Attendant Goodall. I want to keep those titles. I mean, why do they get to keep their titles? So it's weird.
Yeah. I don't know that I would keep
Fry
all of
attendant,
those, but
like-
that's
No.
You brought up the Clean Comedy Challenge. One of your competitors this year is going to be Stacy Corwin.
Oh,
and
she's good.
We
She's
got to
funny.
shout her out. She's probably watching right now, but she's actually going to be on the Heywood Banks show in Plainfield. So,
oh, nice.
At least the early show, maybe the late show. We're working out the scheduling and all that. But
where in Plainfield is it?
it's going to be at the Eagles Club on Highway 40. So yeah, the second you're going to get me and Jason Goodall, and the third you're going to get me and Stacy Corwin. So you're getting 3 comedians just like you would in a club. You're getting Heywood, but you're getting some support acts. So did we solve your problem? I think we went away from
just
it.
talked
So,
through it.
so
I mean,
how
no,
would you
no.
actually what would you do with your company then to address her problem?
Well, we would figure out what the solution was for it. Like, all right, what do we need to do to keep these people in here? And then we would do a funny 5-minute skit of maybe you having, gosh, all these people come through, whatever we write with you, by the way. And you're the hero. We're not the heroes. You're the hero.
I'm absolutely the
Yeah,
hero.
you are the hero.
I like that.
Because you have more ink than I'll ever have. Because I'm afraid of needles.
I mean, I still back away when they draw my blood every time.
Wow. Okay.
They judge me.
So
I don't like needles either. I don't have as much tattooage up above here, but like my legs and all this, and I would not ever get like any type of like piercing. Like that kind of needle scares me. But
Going
like a tattoo
through
needle, I'm fine.
something?
Yeah, like
Yeah. It's different.
Yeah. But no.
Scratching the skin and going through it.
So yeah, no thanks. But ideally, what we want to be able to do is lift you up and show you how you make a solution, and then hopefully people would book the comedians. Hey, they're funny for for your HR meeting or whatever.
Listen, I know that group that you mentioned. I'm pretty sure Phil Pointer is like the only one that could actually lift you up. The other ones are pussies. Like that's like no, I'm not calling you fat. I'm calling his group of people not the strongest group of men. Like, there's a reason he's not like, we're going to do bodybuilding for comedians. Like that's not the same.
No, we are mental giants, not physical giants. But no, actually, the great part is because we're all from different backgrounds. You name it. We all come from the problem solving at a different level, and so what it creates is this wonderful chaos when you're solving something where there's something that Jay Armstrong might think about that I would have never thought versus Glenn Childress, or we love dirty little Chris Seamer.
Like dirty.
Oh my gosh, he's wonderfully dirty.
We had Chris on a show like right before the pandemic happened. Like it was in Monticello. We were doing a show at Roogie's Dugout. We had every so often we had that, and he came out and headlined that show. So if you guys are watching, I like everybody that Jason mentioned there. Like I know all those folks. Like you're all good people. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out how Jason ended up in our mix. So.
Well, thank you, Neil. But no, the great part is that we've already started doing some testing, and we're doing a couple tests with other professionals to come in to see how it works. Because the biggest problem that we've had is being clean while we're doing all the workup on everything, because we want it to be where we can have everybody get work at corporations or whatever. Like the one product that we can't wait to do is we want to do a roast the boss and make it a fundraiser. How much fun would that be? But then any other type of charity event where you want to have some fun. Jay Armstrong is doing the Edge Teen Center May 8th, and we're sponsoring it, and we can't wait to raise money for kids. How awesome is that? Through laughter. And at the end
Jay
of the day,
actually he opened for Creed Bratton when we had him in was a Covington, Kentucky. Yeah, the affluent suburb of Cincinnati. So that was he's done a few things with it as well. I had him headline a bowling alley for me one time and all this kind of stuff. So things weren't always as glamorous as Oak Grove, Kentucky. We've started from near the bottom, and now we're here.
In the middle. So, but
now we're here.
I tell you, the fun part is I cannot wait to take each of the guys to a Chamber of Commerce meeting with me, because I'm going to wear my traditional tie and suspenders, and I'm going to have a button that says "I love spreadsheets," and they are all going to have a T-shirt with suspenders painted on them, like the old tuxedos that says "I hate spreadsheets," and we're going to go market that way.
I feel like I don't know. This is strange. This is like you're naming all these guys that I know that are comedians and all this, and they're all falling in line with your Jason is their boss now. This is
no. Their wives are their bosses. I just made their wives happy first, and then because
how are you making their wives happy? This is
well, one of the things that
hey, they're supposed to be clean, right?
Yeah, I know. It's like we're getting ready to have Heywood on there. Like we need to wrap this up, but I'm just like I need to find out how you're making their wives happy.
So Neil, number one, I'm closer to 50 than I am 40, and unfortunately, I do need the little blue pill, and that's only for my wife. So that's important. Number two is that
wait a minute, you only need it with your wife, but not with their
other
wives.
People, it's fine. Like you don't need the blue pill.
Oh dear God, I am so.
Is it too late to get a new MC for Cincinnati, John? Is this?
No, but no. At the end of the day, when I pitched the idea to everybody, it's a family company, and so I wanted the wives and significant others to buy into it, and so we all went to Tennessee for 4 days for a writing workshop, and just to really it was to get to know each other and make sure everybody worked well together.
Yeah.
And so because I told them, I said, listen, we're going to spend a lot of time, just like comedy is a lot of time, especially when we all started. It's going to be the same type of thing, and I wanted to make sure that the wives understood the purpose of it, because it's not just to get gigs. It's to do something more than make money. It's to make a real impact within the workplace world. Because when we talked, I said, what is the thing that gets you mad the most? And it was all about workplace culture. So how cool would it be if we could go in and teach diversity training, go in and teach human resources, go and teach benefits in such a way where people believe and understand that respect, dignity, and love is how we should approach every single problem. Respect, dignity, and love. If we do that and we attach humor liver to it. That's the shortest distance between the brain and the heart. Bam. You make a love connection without any Chuck Woolery issue. All right.
I love you right now. I love that. I love everything you're saying.
All right, so now we're going to do the Heartbreak High script, and then we're going to do, like, it sounds like the men's retreat skit.
Yeah,
And we've got stuff going on. We got Heywood's already called in, so we're going to grade over to him. Tell me real quickly, though, how they can find your business you're talking about and how they can find you on social media.
Sure. Insultantscomedy.com. That's insultants with an S, comedy.com is our website. We just finished 75% of it. And then just Google Jason T. Goodall, and I'll pop up professionally in the day gig for financial nerdiness, and then at night for the comedy.
Awesome. 9:30 p.m. tickets are still available for Heywood Banks in Plainfield, Indiana, Saturday, April 3rd, and the night before, April 2nd in Cincinnati. We're going to bring Heywood on right now. Heywood.
Hello.
There you are. How we doing, Heywood?
Terrific. Am I that blurry in person?
You know what? You're mildly blurry. I don't know if it's the soft lights. Is that what's happening? Is that
the glow?
Is that any better? Nothing's better.
You know what? That's pretty good. You look like a wizard right now with the.
Blurry is my best side. So.
You're looking good.
Holy cow. Heywood Banks, the legendary Heywood Banks, has been doing comedy for like half a century. Thank you for staying up past 9 p.m. to, I guess, get ready because we're doing
bedtime.
2 shows. Yeah, we're doing a 9:30 in a couple weeks. You got to train for it.
I know.
How's life going for you, Heywood?
Oh, it's Monday, Friday, Thursday, Tuesday. It just goes by in just kind of a blur. It's. I think my Twilight Zone Groundhog Day is having a deja vu. I think is what the problem is. So.
Wow.
Holy cow. We got Jason Goodall is here. He's
good, and
Cincinnati.
then I'm frozen. Excellent.
Awesome. He's
excellent.
Whoa. Well, here's the thing. Our first show ever, we had Donnie Baker got frozen in the bathtub. So this is not the most embarrassing frozen we've had on a webcam. But yeah, you're still frozen. Could you maybe call back? Is that could you hang up and call back?
It looked great anyway. There we go.
You're back.
Back.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. Live TV.
It could be. It just could be a spastic condition. I don't
Stop
know.
motion.
Just
That's what we're doing.
Freeze up.
It's a new thing. It's very innovative. Jason's your MC in Cincinnati. This is Danielle. It's her first time on the podcast.
Danielle, I love the skull on your shoulder.
Thanks. This one.
By coincidence, I have a shoulder tattooed on my head, on the back of my head.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
It's real. Well, it's kind of a birthmark, but really it's
like Gorbachev. I mean, that's what I want to know.
Holy cow! So this is your first show back. Is Mad Hatter Show's breaking you in for 2021?
Can you tell? I don't know.
We're happy to be reintroducing you to the world.
To reintroducing me to me is what the problem is.
Are you more than ready? Are you super ready to get out there?
I will be when I'm actually doing it, but it's kind of a weird. I'm having odd dreams about it where
Are you nervous?
I look up, I go to get my guitar, and 2 of the strings are gone, and the people have disappeared, and then they're back, and I don't know. It's just it's a very weird. I've performed probably at least once or twice a month for a long time, for probably 50 years, which is pretty much a long time, I think, when you look at it. Yeah. And to not be doing it for 13 months is really kind of odd.
Right. Well, technically, I don't think it was 13 months because you had that hour-long special that you did for Facebook, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Yeah,
and
I did.
I
did a Facebook and a YouTube.
Okay.
The Facebook, I got 44,000 people watched that.
Oh wow!
Nice.
That was
kind of famous.
Very nice.
That's around the total that have watched all of our podcasts combined. So thanks for putting that in perspective. That's
we're getting up there. It's fine.
Yeah, we're doing all right. So awesome. I'll tell you what. Since we have this odd moment of silence here, we're going to jump right to something I set up earlier before this show started here. I found some photos of Heywood Banks throughout the years, and I was letting my fans vote on that. The people that are on my friends list, people that are on our fan pages for Mad Hatter shows. Tell us about this one. This one didn't win. This one was not the favorite, but this was. There's some people that voted for it as their favorite
look. That's probably from my Diddley Squat video. I have had a lot of therapy through the years. So it's taken a while. I always liked I always was jealous of people with hairlines like yourself. And,
well, you have a full head of hair. I love it.
Ouch.
And so I had the comb over for a while because I thought it was such a nice look.
It was great with Gene Katie. You might as well have tried it. It's a positive thing. So yeah, Santa Claus was in that video too. So that was the one you're thinking of. Yeah, that was and my kids at age 4 and 3 or something, 5 and 3 or something. Oh, awesome! So you had a few fans. That was their favorite look there, their favorite Heywood look. Somebody said that was the introduction to him from his dad years and years ago, and that guy's 38. So if you're not feeling old, then that was
no. It's weird. It's like I don't think about the that stuff or the past or it's like you were talking about being on Young Comedian Special or MTV or any of those things. I always think like forward as to what's the next thing I'm doing, what's the next joke, what's the next song I'm writing. It's
you're 13 months off.
I can't. Yeah. All I can do is apologize for the past stuff.
So for 13 months, you didn't look back and just go, "Man, I've done a lot of stuff." Like this is
never. What's weird is I bought in February. I bought this big old steamer trunk, and I had all this old reviews and pictures of me and all this stuff, and I put it in the steamer trunk just to kind of organize it. And I closed the trunk, and almost immediately the COVID hit, and there was no work. It was just a kind of a weird. Like, well, there we go. That was it.
There we go.
So what you're saying, Neil, is we should not buy a steamer trunk.
I guess not. We don't want this happening again. That's. But is it wild?
The world's been in a steamer trunk for 13 months.
But you could have 3 generations of people listening to your stuff that show up at a show. Like, do you have that a lot of times where he's a gray-haired and somebody that's still in school and they're like, "We all love you"?
Absolutely. I always say warp children early, and that's why people bring. People have. The number of people that come in. My dad used to bring me to see you, and you're my favorite. And,
that's got to make you feel good.
I remember seeing having a little somebody say, my kid is 5 years old. His 2 favorites are you and Jason from the slasher movies.
Wow.
Like, oh, okay, good. Well,
that's good company to be in. Yeah, that's awesome. So I had a couple different pictures up there. One of them didn't get any votes, and this was interesting to me. Let's pull up. Okay, hey, we're just going into random order here. This is actually, I think, the winner. I think
this would be my favorite.
I think this is the one that won. I got to go back and try to do the the actual photos. All this, but I called this 1982 Heywood, looking like a regular guy, but with even worse fashion sense.
I think that was probably 2000, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so that doesn't excuse your jacket at all. Then that's but
yeah, it was like this long kind of. I shopped at some stores
Goodwill?
downtown, and
so that was hot in 1982, but in 2005 it was Heywood material. That's. Awesome. So
we can't all find nice T-shirts. You know
what I'm saying?
It's hard.
You just insulted my daughter.
A great T-shirt to wear every day. And whether it's the show or you're raking your yard. You have to.
He was owning that suit.
No, this is a great photo.
I don't know anyone else.
But if this is 2005, it makes it even greater.
Absolutely.
I bet I could go in my closet right now and find that.
Well, I'd be impressed.
All right, let's look at the next photo. Just randomly, we're just throwing them out there, seeing what's going on. Okay, this one was towards the bottom.
Is this from the 80s?
That was my very first publicity picture.
Yeah, you could see you autographed it to somebody, and somebody was like, "This is historic," and they uploaded it to Google image search, and so here we go.
I mean, it kind of looks like a Batman villain, actually, but
the camera loves me. What can I tell you?
And I called this the children's game show host, Heywood. This is
yeah.
It looked like you should have like a studio show with kids in there, and they could win a fabulous prize. And
yeah, it's I did. I think the Young Comedian special, and then immediately afterwards, Disney had a guy that looked exactly like me, acting like me. Only they didn't have me do it.
Yeah.
They had some guy I was so popular that they picked somebody that looked like me to
That
do
would be
their show.
cheaper.
And probably paid him handsomely, yeah. Like that's kind of or were you at the point then where they were like, we were going for a Heywood knockoff? Was that basically like
It
we
could be, yeah,
we
it
need the
could
great
be,
value
yeah.
version of Heywood because we can't afford
Price
the
was
real
up
one.
there, $7.58.
The Walmart
I think it was
version.
going for $8 an hour.
Awesome. I think we had a couple more that were on there. That was I call this Colonel Sanders Heywood.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
It's
Need a piece of chicken.
very popular. This is like the second most popular here. That was the.
I'd forgot my glasses that day.
Could you see?
Probably not. Well,
it does make me hungry.
Most of my glasses don't have lenses, so it's it doesn't matter.
Oh, see, this is the
Well, they're
kind of
for
info.
style. The glasses are for style.
This is the info you get when you watch the podcast. You don't just come to the show. Like you understand that his glasses are not necessary.
There was a big frame sale at Sears. That's where I got them.
Awesome. So it's been a little while because I don't even know where any Sears are open anymore.
I don't think that's a thing anymore. Aren't they done?
Okay, Montgomery Ward. How about that?
It's even more dated. That's
wow. Can we go for the pig of the week?
I'm trying to
Montgomery
update here. That's
Service
Jimmy Carter.
merchandise.
What? Okay.
Awesome. All right, I think there's two more Heywood photos.
like
This
that
one got no votes, so I think when you grow your hair out, they want you to go all the way, like you are now. Like that's the thing, because like you got some votes for the current Heywood. This is I call this German Baptist without the hat Heywood. This is
Very nice. Yeah, exactly.
He kind of looks like Reno Collier's dad.
What's so wonderful is, Neil, is you've taken the time to think about these and actually give them a label. I think that's that's wonderful.
This is very identity politics. This is a very woke broadcast. This is we grew up. They said never judge a book by its cover, and everybody's like, "Here's my covers." So this is what we do. We're gonna, and it's a little roasty. So I appreciate you being a good sport about it because this is. I mean, you've been famous for a while. This is actually kind of a tribute. This is like basically like.
I grew up listening to him, so it's awesome.
No.
Yeah. And now I'm on this podcast.
At least it's kind of like being on TV. Yeah, it's kind of like this is, you're not at rock bottom yet. You're hovering above it, but you're not all the way.
I'm a rock bottom star, is what it's a rock star with a bottom in the middle.
You got on HBO and Paul Rodriguez was the host, and like now you're on this that Neil Snyder is the host. Like this is not fair.
I thought you were a big deal.
Fair.
I thought that's why I was here. Like.
Well, I mean, he's not Mike Merrifield,
Yeah,
so.
that's not.
He's a comedian.
He's a big deal too. We got to teach you who comedians are. We don't know if we're going to keep her. This is.
I'm fired after today. I'm sorry.
He's doing a great job.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm just here.
You are doing fabulous. Do you know 5 Heywood Banks songs? Put you on the spot.
I heard Toast.
All right, that's the one everybody
That's all
knows.
you
Toast,
need
right?
to know.
I feel like that's the only one I need to know, and I thought it was really cool you were drumming on the toaster. But I really want to know, how did you come up with that song? Like, you were eating toast one morning.
The sky opens up. God passed me the toaster. Said, "Okay, you can make a living." No one will remember anything else you do the rest of your life, but beating on a toaster.
When you wrote that song, when you performed that song the first time, did you think it was going to be as big as it was? Like, were you that confident in that song, or I mean, how did that come about?
It just there were a lot of like performance art comedians back in the 80s, and people would do just weird stuff, and so I went to a Salvation Army, and I found the toaster, and I found I had a great big like fire alarm bell. It was like clang, like that, and I said, "This is my new pager I just bought." So, but just stupid stuff. I had a a bath mat that I would pull out and say, we got to stop killing squids to make bath mats, and that kind of stuff. And but so I had the toaster. I thought, well, maybe I could, maybe I'll make toast on stage. That would just be a weird thing to do. Maybe I'll make toast on stage. So I had the toaster. So I was doing. Somehow I ended up playing in the basement of a disco in the Bronx.
That sounds like fun.
It was like 1982 or 83, maybe 85, and it was still 1975 upstairs.
Oh wow!
It was still Staying Alive going on upstairs with the big hair and all that stuff, and I was the middle act, and so I was it's excruciating to. You know how it is, Neil.
You're not a headliner, Neil. You know the middle act. You know how that goes.
To sit and wait to go on. And so I'm just like, kind of like, I had the toaster, and I'm just like, pulled the toaster. I'm just like tapping on it and go, around the country and coast to coast. I like toast. Yeah, toast. Hey, yeah, toast. I'm just like tapping it with so I go on stage with the toaster. The first thing I do, I pull out the toaster and I beat on it a little bit, go all around the country and coast to coast. People always say, what do you like most? I don't want to brag. I don't want to boast. I always tell them I like toast. Yeah, toast. And people loved it. And then they hated me after that.
So you literally just made it up on the whim.
Made it up.
Never use it as your opener.
I went on stage and did it. And from then on, I did it at the end.
Right.
I figured people kind of warm up to hating me.
So are you married? I mean,
Yeah.
So if you warm up to being hated, it sounds like marriage to me. But like I know I run jokes by my wife, and she goes, "No, don't ever tell that again." No. So.
And then do you tell it because she hates it?
I do, and then she's right, and so yeah. So.
A lot of times I will tell my wife something, and if she laughs at it, I know it's too dark. To do on stage. I can't possibly do it because
I kind of want to meet your wife.
It'll turn the audience on me.
Does that ever bother you? Like you are, like Heywood Banks can't really do an R-rated special now, right? Like you would alienate some of your crowd. Do you ever want to go on stage and just do something just nasty? Like you know what I mean? Just like I've been holding this in for all these years.
The thing is, there's a wide world of stuff to do that doesn't involve, your genitalia. And,
Thank God.
It's hard to believe.
Mine specifically. That's
But there's a whole world out there that doesn't involve your junk. And so, it's hard to believe that.
So when.
But I find, talking about corporate stuff, I just found that when there's somebody from a corporation that's in the audience, they and if you drop an occasional swear word, people they don't know that that's not your act, and they don't know that you can take that out of your act. So by just being clean, I had a wife and 2 kids to take care of, and they're like fussy. They want the electricity on. They want the heat, and the food and all this other. Yeah, fine. Okay, fine. So, you do what you have to do.
Right. So you're all accessible.
You think I started out with this? Didn't happen all at once.
But you're available to a wide audience now, and
this is 50 years of wanting to be like some cool guy, and then this happened.
Now you look like you could head the Department of Health and Human Services. Like that's
but Heywood's better looking, so
better looking.
Yes, thank you. I agree.
Good looking guy.
We played your 44 fun fish at the beginning of the show here, and I told people check that out on Mad Hatter shows, because if you go onto YouTube, you're gonna fall down a Heywood hole, and it's gonna be like 4 a.m. before you're done.
Ooh, the Heywood hole. Yeah.
Probably you can't say that on stage either. But
it sounds like a prison movie.
But when you look though on YouTube, there's kids covering toast at their school talent fair and that kind of stuff. Like does that ever just blow your mind when you're just like, holy cow, a 9-year-old's covering my stuff?
That song is all. It's literally kids have won the talent contest at their junior high, their church camp, their every possible way, using that song in whether it's all over the English-speaking world and probably other places too. They've done that song, and those little creeps have not sent me a nickel.
But like for real, that makes you feel good, right? Those little kids.
Well, yeah. It's,
a little bit.
I mean, it's some. It's there's really some amazing versions of it. There's like one that's like an entire school band or something.
That's very cool.
Going through Toast, and some just butcher it. So you
makes you feel better about how you do it, right?
I don't know how you can mess that up that badly, but okay,
That's
fine.
true. They're little kids. They don't know what they're doing.
So now, do they ever have you like autograph a toaster for them or something if they win?
Oh, sure. People bring in.
I would
probably,
I would be
probably
that person.
1,000 of them on eBay right now.
Oh wow! Well, going for $1.99, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you what, he's not Steve-O from Jackass. Like, he hasn't hit that level of merchandise, but Heywood's figured out his merchandise. He's got individual large duffel bags of all of his different T-shirts arranged by size, and he'll show up at the show and pop that trunk, and he will have, like it takes a while to set up his merch stand. People buy Heywood stuff.
Small, medium, large, extra large, and 2X. That's I can't help it, but people won't stay, one pellet size.
But all the different. In fact, you've got one T-shirt that somebody actually designed as fan art, and you put it on the shirt, right?
Oh
That's
yeah,
cool.
that's. This guy just came up after my show and said, "Hey, I did this picture of you." I said, "That's fantastic." And so I got it from him and made T-shirts.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's me playing to a room full of pieces of toast. It's like a whole theater full of pieces of toast.
Are you not selling toasters as part of your merchandise? I feel like you should.
You can only carry. You can't fold a toaster is a problem.
I'm telling you, I don't want to have to.
Could you have them shipped to where you're working? I mean, I feel like there's a lot of money to be made there.
My only concern is that the first person that throws a toaster in the bathroom with them, that's the last time. Well,
why are you going to throw a toaster?
Yeah,
Don't give them those
probably
ideas.
liability.
Yeah,
I'm talking to my new financial planner about this because
that works. So come on down. I got APMA, BFA, CMCP,
He's just making stuff up right now.
ESPN and DMZ,
ESQ.
This is wild. So your shows are in Cincinnati and basically Indianapolis in April. If somebody's watching this from Wyoming and they want a Heywood Banks T-shirt, like you sell this stuff online? Is it on your website? Like,
you
picture stuff.
Go to HeywoodBanks.com. And it's Heywood with an E, HEYWOOD. Anyway, and all the stuff's on there at HeywoodBanks.com. I'm also on Twitter. I say a lot of incredibly funny things and a lot of other stupid stuff too on Twitter. But it's Heywood Banks on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook. Although I have two Facebooks. One is totally full, and people want to get in that one, and then there's another one that has 17,000 people or something on it.
Holy cow!
So you've been 40 years. You've been doing toast. Like, do you ever have a show where you're just like, I don't want to do that tonight? Like, do you ever just because you still write new jokes? You've won contests for joke writing recently. Like, I know.
Actually, it's the whole point of entertaining is to make people happy, and if that makes them happy, God bless them. I'm gonna play it for them until they kind of look at me and go, "Wow, this guy doing this."
All right. Well, now it's 2021, and you have other hits that people want. Like, I mean, you've got stuff that they'll come to the merch table and they'll be like, "Which one has Big Butter Jesus on it?" Like they know which one has Fly's eyes, or they just basically they have all their favorites, and your voice probably can't do a 4-hour show, and most venues aren't going to let you do a 4-hour show. So how do you pick what you're going to do one night? Do you have the same set all the time, or do you like to mix stuff in?
No, well, a lot of times it's just it starts with a whim of you just get to a point where you just want to churn the show. You know how it is. You just go, I can't listen to myself. I'm going to be saying the same, similar things each night, but I want to churn it. And see how things relate to each other, and how you can pull one thing from the middle of one joke and stick it together with something else and see how that plays. It becomes it's really kind of like jazz or something. You just want to mix it up and see what else you can do with things.
Right. So, do you have people shouting out a lot of times if you haven't done their song and they can tell the show's getting right to end? Or, I mean, Heywood shows are pretty good, but people get wound up.
It's a cacophony of voices when I say, any songs you want to hear. It's just, well, and then I'll play whatever I feel like. It's like improv. Right. Say, give me 3 subjects, and then people name them, and then they do something totally different.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do what I want.
Well, we're gonna leave this completely up to you then, because she wants toast, and you're gonna do toast at these shows, and they can find 97 versions online. So take toast off the table. But anything else? What do you want to perform tonight?
Okay. Well, this song is I'm actually just I've had the song for a while, but I've kind of reworked it, and I wish I had some water, but I don't have it. But this is called Octopus Suit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anyway, see what I mean? There's a lot of stuff you can talk about. Do you know anybody that's done an Octopus Suit song? No. No. There's nobody that's done this. Okay.
Octomom.
Oh my God.
The octopus appears preoccupied that his tailoring is first class. Buttons are no problem, zip a zip, snaps all snap. Standing in the 3-way mirror, checks collar, cuff, and boot. When an octopus is putting on his octopus suit. I seen him in the steam room, and brother, don't you know? You can't help but thinking, man, this octopus is let himself go if clothes make the man. Well, I tell you what, it can't compare to what a nice suit will do for an octopus. Well, some folks may hypothesize how he keeps ink stains off his tie. I'm mystified how he decides with 8 legs how to organize. Where goes a glove? Where goes a shoe? When an octopus is putting on his octopus suit. Now several of those cephalopods act like they're a gift from God, but best be warned, you better watch their beak. 'Cause don't you dare disturb his lunch or you'll receive a sucker punch. With great flair he disappears in a cloud of ink. Oh, his wants and needs are much the same as yours and mine. He still puts on his trousers, one leg at a time. But he looks so sharp and fast, and you want to salute when an octopus is putting on his octopus suit. When an octopus is putting on his octopus suit.
Yay.
I love it. I like it better than toast. That was really great.
I feel bad for Heywood. Like, we're in the studio. Like, well, you're Bob and Tom guy, right? Like, it seems like they've got the perfect laughs at the perfect times, and we didn't give those like on demand laughs. So everyone had your attention there.
Don't worry about it.
We haven't got to that stage of laughing yet. So that's
No, I love it. That was one leg. That was classic. That was like, yeah, perfect.
It was cute.
Thank you.
And in many respects, as a comedian, just listening to you talk about, it's all about the audience. I love that there's really no ego or machismo. It's just, hey, I'm here to have a good time and entertain. That's a lesson for all of us. So.
Well, it's true. People just, they want some joy. They're there because they want some joy in their life. Mm-hmm. They've, maybe had a hard day. They've, who knows, what people go through. But they're there to feel better. It's like, I want people when they leave to feel lifted up, and to have some, there's just to bring some kind of joy to people. That's like a thrill. It's I don't know. It's a nice thing to do.
It's awesome.
It is.
Well, you've been bringing joy for about half a century, so we're glad you're not done yet.
Keep telling him that.
I feel like he just keeps dating.
I'm wrapping up here, Jason, and
sorry.
Look at the sheet.
It really comes. I'm going to be 71 coming up, and
I wouldn't have guessed that. I had no idea.
April 1st, and it's like whatever. It's like, really, you go,
just a number.
okay, yeah, I am, and I can't do anything about it, and let's go from here.
I used to take the Bob and Tom tapes, so you had the two-sided stereos, and you'd play on one and you record on the other one, and you were on some of those tapes, and I know that I'd go to my buddy's house. We'd be 12, and we'd stay up all night with our pizzerias and our Mountain Dew 2-liters, and we'd stay up till like 6 the next morning before we'd go to sleep, and we'd watch USA Up All Night and all the stuff that was on there, and then like 3 o'clock you still can't sleep.
Was this last week?
No, this was I don't.
He got him. Good.
I can't handle caffeine anymore. But 3 or 4 in the morning would roll around, and Evening at the Improv would come on, and we'd always watch that. I watched you when I was like 12 years old, and here we are. So.
There you go.
Yeah, there's a tear in my eye right here. You got to put up with me on your April 2nd and 3rd shows, and you got to put up with this guy on the 2nd.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. We will be the first show for him turning 71. So
holy cow!
There needs to be a birthday cake.
Yeah,
maybe a girl popping out
cake,
of the birthday
maybe?
cake.
A toast cake, a cake of toast.
I don't know. Let's not ruin it, but
No,
something might happen then. I don't know. The Redmore,
or you could just go on and not worry about it.
that could happen too.
He's like, let's not talk about it.
The Redmore in Cincinnati. Have you ever done the Redmore? Is this your first time?
First time, yeah.
Awesome. 6:30 show, 9:30 show. We couldn't just do one. We got to have 2 Heywood shows, and the next night the Eagles Club in Plainfield. We have. We brought them a couple shows here, and with everything being delayed with the pandemic, they are hungry, so they are going to be super excited for you to be there. They love doing comedy at that venue, so it should be a great weekend back. Tickets at madhattershows.com, and if you can't be at the show, you can get merchandise at heywoodbanks.com, right?
Yeah, and follow me on Twitter.
Follow them on Twitter, absolutely, and let's get him to 18,000 on Facebook. So. Fantastic! Thank you so much for coming here and virtually, and we'll see you here in a couple weeks.
Okay, guys, thank you so much.
Awesome, thank you.
All
right. We're still. This is only show 5. We're like rookies still, but I feel like
I am a rookie. I've never done this before.
We're still doing okay. This is we ended right around the right time we were supposed to, and lots of fun stuff happened. We made memories. We
have made memories.
We came up with plans for a script and
that didn't happen.
That's
no. Well, I mean, maybe next time bullet points. Just as long as we check these bullet points off,
I guess that could happen. I don't know. The Danielle experiment. I feel like I would invite her back. What do you say, John?
They're not inviting me back. It's fine.
I think just because of the fact that she's prettier than both of us, I think that's it's important for the audience.
I heard that's all I was here for.
Every guest we ever have is prettier than me. That's part of how this goes. But
she also is a woman, so that would be automatically.
Look at this. This is like the Bob and Tom show, though. When it gets on TV, look, we go back. Here we have other people in the room. We have John Payne. This is the Mad Hatter. This is the guy that if anything goes wrong at a show, you go to him and not me. Go to he is the most handsome guy, but he's the guy behind all of this. MadHatterShows.com. There's a bunch of shows right now. There's a whole bunch of shows with Donnie Baker. We didn't even mention that we're going to Florida April 10th. Like that's going to be an awesome thing.
Can I go? Can you pack me in a bag? I'd love to go to that show.
Possibly.
Florida?
We'll negotiate this. People are like, where are you going on vacation to Florida? And I'm like, the Moose Lodge. That's where we're going to be in Jacksonville on WrestleMania weekend. Like, this should be a lot of fun, that kind of thing. We mentioned shows with Michael Winslow, Etta May. We mentioned shows with Heywood, shows with Chris Kattan. That was fabulous. So we're looking at doing another Mad Hatter podcast here in 3 weeks. The goal is April 14th. So we'll look for you then. If you missed part of this, you came in late, or you want to share this experience with other people.
This lovely experience.
Yeah, maybe the octopus part, or maybe maybe you're going to steal my idea for the Night Class Heartbreak High reboot. Like this is, we're going to be see us on Linktree, the podcast thing, and wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find a link to go to us, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, whatever. That should be a lot of fun as well. What do you think, Jason? Is this you're kind of showing up for the Cincinnati? The idea is Jason's going to be our Cincinnati connection. He's going to be like our extension when we do shows at the Redmore in that area. Did you make a mistake, or is this going to be all right?
Oh no, this is fun. This is a hoot. Are you kidding me? This is so different than my day gig. It's great.
There you go. It's a hoot. And this is a guy that takes other male comics on a retreat, and he thinks this is a hoot. So this is well,
I took their wives too and their kids because it's a family company, Neil.
Right. So John and I were expecting Danielle, and you've got you got a wife, you got a husband, you got.
I mean, I wear the pants in this relationship.
It's just,
He's
that's
kind
what
of
I'm
my
saying.
life.
You run a bar. That's all we need to
He
know.
works for me.
Who all can we get on the next retreat with Jason? That's what we
Ooh,
need.
that could be fun.
You know what? The next one we're thinking about doing in Key West, actually.
I'm down.
You're down? Yeah.
Sign me up.
Maybe
All
do
right.
a podcast from the beach or something.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
fun.
Swimsuits?
Yeah.
Swimsuits? Yes.
You
Nobody
in a
wants to
swimsuit
see
is
this.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to wear another silly T-shirt for my
Yeah.
kids. So
I'm
that's,
gonna wear a black shirt because no one wants to see this middle-aged jalopy.
What about was it the white tee or the wife beater, right?
Yeah.
Put
Well,
some sunscreen on.
I mean, I do have
your
nice
nose.
nipples, but those are only for my wife. But
Your
you know.
what nipples?
Yeah, I have nice nipples.
this show's
I thought you
going
said brass
south. This is,
nipples. What?
I am not Cuomo. What are you kidding me?
when we get into the second hour, all bets are off. So that's just that's something that happens
Get
with
real
this.
interesting.
What do you think, Danielle? Was this the worst experience of your life, or was
No,
it?
I just learned I can't read from a script. Just like give me some points and I'll say whatever, and it's fine.
If you go home and watch
In
this,
6-point
just
font.
go
I know I can barely see
because
it.
I have put a lot of words. But
I'm not as old as you, but I still can't see it.
fast. This
Nice.
is ridiculous. I don't know
They
why I
hate
put
me.
up with these folks.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna burn in a fiery crash or something.
Well,
When you go back and
Nice
watch
to you
this
all.
tonight, though, start on like minute 10 because you basically you're reading off of it. You might be like, "Oh, I hate my life," that kind of thing.
well, remember Jesus saves before you leave. Then, so you don't.
Jesus what?
He saves.
Oh God,
so,
she
you know.
already told you that she's Jewish.
I
Like,
know
this
that's
is-
what I'm saying. I mean, so I mean, if she's gonna die in a fiery crash,
You
know.
are so intolerant, Jason Goodall.
I'm terrible.
All right.
Goodall.
Well, we'll see who
It's like
ends up in the
cheese.
studio the next time. All bets are off. Go to madhattershows.com. Go to our podcast pages and sites. Go to Heywood Banks page. If you're anywhere in the Midwest, find tickets to go to. Find your closest thing. And if you're outside the Midwest, as long as you're not too far, look for a Donnie Baker date because we got a whole bunch on there, and we're going across the Great Plains into the Southwest and even down to Florida. So we ought to have a lot of fun with that. Thank you guys for being here tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Before we go off the air here, a little bit of a somber note here. We just wanted to bring up, since the last show we did, somebody else who's a veteran of Mad Hatter shows has passed. And, I've got good memories. I know he was kind of a polarizing figure to some folks, that not everything was a fabulous tribute when he died. But every experience I had with Screech here was fantastic. We did 3 shows with him in 3 nights. I was part of 2 of those. I was his feature in Terre Haute, and I actually ran the show in Seymour. The middle night we had him in Evansville, and it was a great experience. He was very professional. He had a very quality set. He had written some of his early stuff. I heard he's like spitting in drinks and drinking it, and letting people spit into it, and doing some really crude stuff and all that. And he had a solid professional set with us. He had a great bit making fun of the jail stuff that people have brought up. I mean, he was a good character, and he was a good sport, and he was very gracious with the events we had with the staff, taking photos, signing things. And we kind of hoped that we might have ended up with having him on the podcast or having him on future shows, and that didn't work out. So we're going to pan in on this picture of Dustin Diamond. Thank you so much for being part of Mad Hatter Shows, and we kind of dedicate this episode to you. So we'll be back here April the 14th. Thanks for tuning in.
Right.